Hi and welcome back to the channel. This is Rideshare Buddy UK and my name's Kevin, and today is the first real test of the new EV. I did do a job yesterday from Cardiff to Cardiff Airport, but today I've got 3 jobs on. So let's just have a quick look at that. The reason why I've done these 3 jobs really is for passenger numbers. 2 of these jobs have 3 passengers plus luggage. Now, I never did more than 2 passengers at plus luggage in the Ioniq because of the boot space. So I just want to push up to 3 passengers with luggage to see how it works. So it should be okay. I've got plenty of space in the boot. So let's have a look at what we got. We have 3 jobs, all centred around Bristol Airport. Starting off at 10:05, it's 8 o'clock now. I've come out at 8 o'clock, and I'll do the hours from 8 o'clock. So I've got a Bristol Airport pickup, planes due at 10:05, and that's going out to Bath, the 3 passengers. Then after I've dropped off at Bath, I have to run on to Chippenham, where I'm picking up another 3 passengers, coming back to Bristol Airport. So that's at 1 o'clock. And then at 3:45, I've got a Bristol Airport pickup, 1 passenger, coming back to Cardiff. So those are my 3 jobs today. I'm going to start at 8 because I want to go up to BP and fill up, charge up to 90%. I'm at 60% at the moment, but we'll go through that in a minute. We'll test out the chargers at BP. Yesterday we did the over at Celtic Manor and Tesla, and we topped out at 97 kilowatt hour. We'll see how fast we can go with BP. And then tomorrow, I've got a big day on tomorrow. We'll try and get in a stop over at the Ioniq at Mega. But tomorrow, I've got a morning pickup, 11:30 at Swansea, coming to Cardiff Airport. And then I'll continue on to Heathrow Airport for an early evening, 6:45 pickup, coming back to Barry. So that's a big trip. We'll see how we can get on with our Heathrows and doing a charge up at Heathrow. So a couple of busy days. I'm going to try and get a video out tonight for today, and then to do tomorrow night. Well, probably won't be, probably be Sunday, because I won't be getting back till quite late, and I'm not going to hang around on the computer. So today, 3 jobs, testing out the capacity of the car at 3 passengers plus 3 luggage. But let's have a look at yesterday, since the last charge, and I'm quite impressed. So that's the figures from the last charge, 68 miles, and I'm getting back 4.4 miles per kilowatt. Now, if I can continue around the 4 miles a kilowatt, I'm going to be quite laughing. It's going to be a little bit cheaper than running the Ioniq hybrid, because that's 34p a kilowatt. Off-peak at Tesla, you're talking about 8.59p a mile, which is slightly cheaper than the petrol Ioniq. But that was mixed mileage really, because I went out to Cardiff Airport around through the towns, so there was a lot of regenerative braking, but I came back along the motorway and at 70 I was still getting about 4.1 miles to kilowatt. But we'll see, tomorrow will be the big test on that, and of course today with the 3 passengers and 3 luggage, see with a much heavier car what sort of return I'm going to get. But let's head off to the BP, let's plug in, and we'll have a look at the speed of charge. Right, so there we are, we've got 12 minutes to 80%. I'm still hitting at 97. Whether I'm going to go above 97 or not, I don't know. Maybe it's because these are 400 watt chargers as well. Well, 400 volt chargers. But it's 40 minutes to 100%, 12 minutes to 80. I'm just going to take it up to 80%. Because I think that should give me enough mileage for the day. I mean, I don't think I'll do more than 250. And then tomorrow I'm going to have to boost up that charge quite a lot. Yeah, tomorrow I'm going to have to try and hit 100% for that Heathrow job. So, or 90%. I might go up to the Ioniq and charge up to 90%. That'll take me down there and do a Tesla recharge before the flight comes in to come back to Barry. Well, a couple of good things so far is that this car is more efficient than I planned on. So if I can keep it around 4 instead of 3, that's going to bring down my mileage rate, my mileage costs, by a couple of pence a mile, thereabouts, from 11 down to about 9. So that's quite good. The other thing is I've had my contract through for the buy to rent, or rent to buy. And the fee includes 3 services a year. So that's going to save me £750. That's £250 a time. And if I need more, then I get it at cost price as to what taxi rentals pay. And obviously, as a big spender at Hyundai, they get discount rates, and I'll just pay cost price to them. So that should bring down my servicing charges quite a lot. So we'll have to redo those figures and see what the actual costs are. But I'll do that in a couple of months after I've got all of my figures in reality, especially regarding the economy of the car. So, yeah, it looks like it's going to be a lot cheaper than I thought it would be. Still going to be a bit more than fully managed rental, but at least I'll get a car at the end of it. How much that car is going to be worth after 50,000 miles for the next 3 years, I don't know. But there'll be some residual value in it, if only for the battery, because the battery will be sold off to be refurbished or to be used in home battery charging. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, let's charge this up, see how long it takes. For some reason, it's gone off the screen, and I've used the card and not the app, so I can't monitor it on the app. Let's go out and have a look at the pump. Yeah, this is not as fast as the Tesla chargers. 180 kilowatts charge, 63 in 3 minutes. So no, I think I'll sticking to the Tesla. The other issue regarding BP Pulse is there's only one fast charger, which is here in Malpas Road, and it's a real pain to get to because you have to go up the dual carriageway to the island, turn back and come back down the dual carriageway. So these are 150 watt chargers. The Tesla ones over at Celtic Manor are 250 kilowatt chargers, both 400 volt systems, so it has to step up. And the one over in the Ioniq over at the Mega is a 800 volt system delivering 350 watts. So I fully expect major increase in charging times when I do the Ioniq tomorrow. But 81 kilowatt, that's a lot slower than Tesla chargers. And I'm the only one on the charger, so it's no as though it's being capped at the charger. Okay, we've just hit 80%, 13 minutes. Fastest we went to I've got to get my tag again. Okay, so we went from 60% to 80%, well 58% to 68 to 80% in 13 minutes. Average was 76 kilowatt hour, peaking at about 90. So definitely not as fast as the Tesla chargers. But I've got 288 miles on the clock. I should have enough to do today's trip. So let's head off to Bristol Airport. Okay, so it's 9:36. It's taken 36 minutes to get to the BP station because you have to go up the dual carriageway, turn around at the island and come back and charge it. It's not convenient. It's not a very convenient location. It's a little bit slower than Tesla. I don't see me using BP Pulse a lot. Not unless a new one opens up. That's a lot easier to get to and a lot faster. So it'll mainly be Tesla and also Ioniq really, once I'm in Newport. The Ioniq one at Mega is easy to get to, it's just off the motorway. So if I do a lot of Bristol Airport, it's not going to be an issue. I can either charge up on the way there to pick up passengers or on the way back after picking up passengers. yeah, it's too much aggravation. BP's, it's not in a good location, and it's not quite as fast as Tesla. But this is what I'm learning. You know, it's the first time I've owned an EV or rented an EV, and it's going to take a little bit of getting used to. But I reckon within a couple of weeks I'll have a better understanding of the car and how it operates, and charging and mileage and range and the like, and then we can start concentrating on profit. But the first couple of weeks is really going to be spent on just trying to find out what the car can and what the car cannot do. Okay, I've done a couple of miles at 70 mile an hour, and we're averaging 4.2 kilowatt hours. So that's not a bad efficiency, I don't think, for 70 mile an hour. Certainly going to give me a lower cost of fuel than I thought, because I was looking at 3. So if you can do 4 on the motorway, I'm going to be very happy. Now, the plane is due in at 5 to 10. It's 10 minutes early. It's not a meet and greet, so I don't have to worry about that. It's just a straightforward pickup. As soon as I get up to the airport, I'll send a text message to them, asking them to text me when I've got the luggage and to meet me in the drop-off zone, so we can just do a straightforward pickup and head off to Bath. So 80% charge should be more than enough for today's jobs, but I'll go and charge up tomorrow, up to 90% for the Swansea to Cardiff. I think it's to Cardiff, see if it's Cardiff or Bristol Airport, and then I'll do a double charge at Heathrow. I'll fill up going out to Heathrow up to 80%, and then I'll do another 80% coming back from Heathrow. And that should get me back to Barry and back home. Okay, so I've got 273 miles of range. I'm going to switch on the aircon at fan speed number 1, and it drops to 265. So I think it's going to be quite minimal, the amount of charge I lose by having the aircon on, as long as I don't have it too crazy. So yeah, I'm going to be happy with the aircon. So I'm in a little bit of traffic coming up to the bridge, and I'm cruising at 60 mile an hour, and I'm getting 4.3 miles per kilowatt. I am going to be so happy. If I can get it up to 4 miles per kilowatt, it's going to be ideal. It's going to be great. It's going to be cheaper than the Ioniq hybrid. I'm getting to know the car a little bit now. When you first start off, automatic lane keep assistant is automatically on, and to turn it off, if you don't want to go into the menu, you just press one of the active buttons with the steering wheel on the steering wheel for about 3 seconds, and that switches it off. Next thing I need to figure out is how do I turn off blind spot warning without having to go to the menu, because it's a bit of a pain really. When you start signalling and there's a car in your blind spot, you get beeps in the car, but you do sort of signal before you manoeuvre. You don't wait for the car to clear before signalling to change lanes after the car's passed you. So that's got to be sorted out. A bit of time on the manual today. Time wise, I'm starting my shift at 8 o'clock, and I'll finish when I get back home. And I'm going to book in a 1 hour lunch session. I might go down Western, I don't know. I've got a bit of time to spare between dropping off at like Bristol Airport and the next Bristol Airport pickup. So I'll go off and have an hour's lunch break. Might go down Western and see how it is. So that charge at BP station was a... I think it's 63p kilowatt hour, so quite an expensive charge. That's with the subscription model. Otherwise, it would have been 85p kilowatt hour. So nowhere near as cheap as Tesla, nowhere near as cheap as Ioniq. I'd have to spend a lot of money to get that 49p kilowatt hour, and even then, it's more expensive as the other two. So my preference for charging is now Tesla, Ioniq, BP Pulse. Those are my three options in that order. So, a little bit disappointing regarding the Uber EV encouragement, because I get nothing. London gets it all, and new drivers changing over to EV gets it all. I combined my Uber account to the BP Pulse account when I thought I was going to have the ID4 last month. So in Wales, there's no grant for buying a car. That's purely London. The free £750 BP charging is for the first 8,000 new subscribers. I'm not a new subscriber because I connected up last month, so I don't get any free charging. And I bought a second-hand Hyundai. I didn't buy a brand new Kia, so there's no discounting. So what was billed at the Uber Cardiff meet as the biggest global event for encouraging EV charging is really a bit of a damp squid. Absolutely pointless. No encouragement, no help. I mean, at the Cardiff meet, they said that even established EV drivers would benefit from it. No benefits at all for established EV drivers. So really, it's all part of the Uber smoke and mirrors hyperbole trick. So absolutely no benefit at all for any Uber EV driver outside of London. Nothing at all, really. Pointless. Okay, so I'm a little bit early. It's 9:20, so I'm just going to take a quick break and have a cup of coffee. So pretty much kept up with all the traffic on the motorway, and when there wasn't any traffic, I was doing 70 mile an hour. So I've averaged 3.9 miles per kilowatt on the way to Bristol Airport, over 31 miles. So I'm happy with that. If I can do that regular, I'm going to have no complaints. So plane is due in at 10 o'clock. So I've got 40 minutes, so I'm going to take a break. I did come out a little bit earlier because I didn't know how long it would take to charge up the car. But as I get to know the timings, I'm not going to have this much dead time unaccounted for or unpaid running the meet hourly rates. Yeah, I'm okay. It is actually in the air at the moment flying, so it's going to be due in about 10:30. Let's say 11:45, 10 to 11 passengers through. They've only got hand baggage. And then out to Bath and on to Chippenham. We should be okay. It shouldn't be too bad at all. Yeah, I think we're fine with timings. I've had a look on Google Maps. The first drop-off in Bath is about 45 minutes away from the airport. And then distance to my next pickup at Chippenham is only half an hour away. So it's probably Bath side of Chippenham on the industrial estate. So that's coming back to Bristol Airport. Don't think I'm going to have issues with timings. As long as it lands and I'll get my passengers on board by 11:15, everything should be fine, he says. Hopefully. First job of the day, the plane has just landed. 10:22. I've texted the passenger asking him to text me as soon as they've cleared passport, and I'll come round and pick them up in the drop-off car park. So hopefully that'll be done by 11:45. 45 minutes roughly, maybe an hour to get to Bath, depending on traffic. So that takes me up to 11:45, and I've got 45 foot. Well, I've got a 30-minute drive up to the next passenger. So I've got plenty of time, really. They can be a little bit delayed at the airport, and I should be able to make all my timings. Total income for today that I have booked in so far is £168. If I've got any tips, I'll be extra. I can't do any Uber today because I've uploaded all my documents yesterday, but it still hasn't been authorised on the Uber app. So I can't use Uber just yet. But I think today will be quite enough by the time I finish. Okay, so that's the first lot dropped off, and I'm now just by the second pickup in Chippenham. Bath was bad getting through. I mean, it's 1:45, so I've got in with 15 minutes to spare. But Bath was just solid traffic going into Bath, around Bath, and back out of Bath. Just solid. It took ages. But we've done it. We're at the next pickup, and things aren't going too badly. Let's have a quick look at the stats. So there you go, 68 miles, and I'm averaging 4.5 miles per kilowatt. That's pretty impressive. Oh, well, I think it's pretty impressive. I've got 209 miles left on the charge, so I've got plenty of battery there. I've got to take these people down to Bristol. Then I've got about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours wait. I'll have an hour's lunch before picking up in Bristol Airport to go down to Cardiff. So I've got 61% of the battery left. So it did charge up to 80, so I've used 19%. 19%. So, yeah, it's not doing too badly. I'm pretty impressed. We'll see what happens on big motorway trips tomorrow when I do the trip out to Heathrow and back. That's going to be a big one. And then tomorrow at Swansea, we can see if we can get from Newport down to Swansea and back. I should be able to do that on one charge. So that part of the world is a little bit iffy because there's very few chargers. Well, there's very few fast superchargers down there. So we'll just have to wait and see as the jobs come in. But at the moment, I'm pretty happy with the economy of this car. Because 4.5, yeah, about 8p a mile. Just to say with that charging rate, I've had the radio on. I've recharged 2 phones and my tablet, and I've had aircon on set at 20 and 1 fan speed. So I'm happy with that. I mean, it kept me cool enough. Kept all my phones topped up, kept my tablets topped up, and still delivering quite a good rate of mileage. But we'll see what happens as the day goes on. Right, it's passenger number 2 of the day just dropped. It's 20 past 2. Bristol Airport is absolutely rammed and at a gridlock. It's crazy. But most of Bristol is as well. There's roadworks everywhere going around Bristol. So this has taken me an hour and 20 minutes to get from Chippenham. But my next trip is at Bristol Airport. It's booked in for, well, a flight arrival at 15:45. So in about an hour and a half. And that's going back to Cardiff. So I'm going to head off and grab something to eat and have a half hour break, well, an hour's break hopefully. I'm not going to have time to get down to Weston, but I'll head out that way and try and find somewhere just to take a break for an hour to park up. And then we'll go through the stats for that second job. It's all looking very good. Very impressed with the economy, but we'll have a look at that in a little bit. Right, I've just stopped at the Lycross farm shop just down from the airport. I'm going to see what sort of food they have. They've got a sign saying out food and back garden, so we'll go and see if we can grab something to eat. And let's just do the figures. Okay, we've got 102 miles so far today. 4.5 kilowatt, 4.5 miles per kilowatt. So doing all right. 163 still in the bank at 49%. So plenty for today. I'll be able to do this Bristol to Cardiff and come back to Tesla to top up. But let's go and get something to eat. Right, my lunch for the day is a turkey roll with a bit of pickle on, coffee, and a pork, homemade pork, Scotch egg. So that's all very nice. You pay a bit more when you go to a farm shop, but you always get better quality. So let's get this sorted, get it eaten. I've got about 45 minutes, and then we head back to the airport. That is absolutely stunning. Scrumpy Jenny, Scotch egg, pork, apple and cider, coated with an egg in the middle. Absolutely wonderful. Well, that was amazing. £9.50 I think that was, but well worth every penny. You always get quality stuff at a farm shop. This is the farm shop which, when you leave Bristol Airport, if you head down towards Bridge North, something like that, towards Western, it's just on the left. It's really good. And just over there are two super fast chargers. Unfortunately, they are Insta-Volt, so way too expensive for taxis. If there was BP Pulse, Ioniq or Tesla, this would be my regular haunt for doing Bristol Airport. But perhaps that's quite good, because if they have home cured bacon rolls in the morning, I would have problems. So that was really, really tasty. So I've got about 40 minutes left until the plane arrives, and then we can head off back to Cardiff. So not too bad a day today, really. It's £168 in total, 3 trips around the Bristol Airport area, and we'll finish the day off at the Tesla Superchargers at Celtic Manor, and that should end the day there. We're not doing too good at the moment regarding planes. This one's taken off, just this minute taken off, 50 minutes late from Newcastle to Bristol. However, for some reason, it seems to be landing 20 minutes late, so it's making up about 30 minutes travel time on the route from Newcastle to Bristol. That's not a bad catch-up, but this is now due in at 10 minutes past 4 instead of 4:15. Just have to sit that and wait. But we'll see how it finishes on the day shortly. Oh yeah, this is another standard pickup. It's not meet and greet at all, so no extra car park to pay, just a £6 from the drop-off car park. And we can head back then. Very straightforward. Right, so we've just had touchdown and is taxied to the runway. It's 20 past 4, so I've only got about 6 minutes left on my free car parking. So I'm going to have to end up driving up and down the road until I get the text message from the passenger. But finally on the way to our last trip, and then we can head home. Right, we've just delivered a passenger to Cardiff, and now I'm going to head off to Celtic Manor Tesla to charge up to 80%. I've got 31% so far, and I've still got to drive back to Celtic Manor. 104 miles still left in the battery. So we've done a good solid shift today, and we've still got plenty to spare in the battery. I mean, I'm about 20 miles, probably 15 to 20 miles away from Tesla, so I'm still going to have 80 miles left by the time I get there. So I'm very happy with it. I won't say what I'm averaging miles per kilowatt just yet. I'll wait till I get to Tesla, then I'll do a roundup. But I've been very impressed with it. That trip back from Bristol was a pain in the butt, because it's Friday afternoon, and what normally takes just over an hour has taken well over 2 hours to get back. So, not great, but that's the way it goes. We'll do a roundup of the figures, a roundup of hourly rates, as soon as I've topped up at the Tesla and seen how much we've actually used in electric on today. Now, my earnings today is 168 in total, so I may make national minimum wage, but I've not worked today from national minimum wage or organised it. Once I get to know the car, then I can start optimising my workload and what jobs I do and what jobs I don't do. At the moment, it's really just about getting to know the car. Had a very nice lunch, so I'll be knocking off an hour for the lunch break at that farm shop just by Bristol Airport. Had a good chat to the guy. The guy pulled up and used the charger, and he had the Kia EV6. And we had a nice little chat about that. We had our coffee and our Scotch eggs and sandwiches, and talked about the virtues of the EV. Shit, I'm turning middle class. That's not good. Next thing I'll be doing is wearing sandals and voting green. Gotta deal with that. But let's get off to Tesla. Okay, so we're at the Tesla. Let's have a quick look at the stats before I plug in. So we've got 176 miles done, 84 still left in the battery, 25% remaining. And I've done 4.7 miles per kilowatt hour. So that's pretty impressive. So let's see how long it's going to take to fill up. Right, we've just plugged in and we're straight up to 91 kilowatt charging. So how long is it going to take? It's going to take 28 minutes to get up to 80%. So the time is 7:15. If it takes half an hour, that's going to take me up to 7:45, get home by 8 o'clock. That's going to be a 12-hour day, minus an hour for lunch. So I've done 11 hours today. As soon as I find out how much it's going to cost to charge up, then I can get on with working out a quick profit for the day. So let's just wait for this to see, hitting 97 already. And it's staying put at 97, I should imagine. But let's charge up and then I'll come back and we'll do our figures. So I've averaged 4.7 miles per kilowatt. I'm really impressed with that. It was a bit of a mixed mileage today between sort of normal roads and motorways. I've not hung around. I've made a speed limit. So where the speed limit was 70, I did 70. Where it was 60, I did 60. So I haven't hung around. Gentle acceleration, red road ahead, and gentle deceleration, and I'm producing 4.7. If that can stay that for most of the year, I know in the winter it's going to drop. How much it's going to drop, I don't know. But I've had the radio on, I've had the air conditioning on, set at 20 speeds at 1. Kept me cool enough. Obviously in the old hybrid, I had it a little bit cooler at 18 and a high speed. But I was comfortable. I wasn't hot, I was comfortable. So happy with that. I've charged up 2 phones and a tablet, and also had my action cam, dashboard cam plugged in. So I still managed 4.7 miles per kilowatt. So very happy. At 43p kilowatt, which is what I'm paying now at the Tesla, that brings it down. I think that brings it down below, just below the hybrid. And if I came in at off-peak charging, because it's peak charging at the moment, it's 37 pence a kilowatt, and I'd be well below 10, probably around 8.5. So that would be cheaper than the hybrid petrol. So I was quite shocked at that. Very impressed with the economy. But we'll find out exactly how much I spent shortly when it fills up. Right, so there we are, solid 97 kilowatt charging, 25% to 50% in 12 minutes. So it's not too bad really. Let's take it up to 80% though. And I think 80% should be enough for me to do my Newport to Swansea to Cardiff and then to Mega tomorrow, where I'll use the Ioniq 350 kilowatt chargers and see how fast the Ioniq chargers are. Just need to make sure I've joined the Ioniq Passport Power to get that 43p per kilowatt charge. Right, we've just hit 70% from 25%. It's taken 21 minutes. And it's been just solid 97 kilowatts all the way. So I think I can assume that there's some sort of capping going on, and I think it's at 400 to 800 volt upload at the rear motor, which is capped at 97 to protect the motor. But I'm happy with 97. 22 minutes to go from 25% to 71, £15. So we're looking about £16-17 of fuel I've used today to make 168. So yeah, not too bad. But let's take it up to 80 and then we'll do the full figures. Okay, so I'm just coming up to 80%. 26 minutes so far. Let's just clock the 80. And there we go, 80%. £18, 26 minutes. So let's just stop the charge. Let's unplug and go somewhere before I start being... what's that? Oh, well, we'll have a look. Yeah, I think the problem was that I double tapped the app, so it tried to start charging and didn't charge, so no problems. 279 in the tank, 80% charged up. So let's look at 176 miles at 4.77 cost me a shade over £18. So let's try and do some figures. Right, sorry about the lighting, but let's try and do some figures on this, if I can remember them. So 176 miles, and the cost of the car is 33p a mile. So 58.08, it's got £58, so let's do that. So £168 we've made today, minus 58 for the cost of the car, minus 18 for the fuel, minus £6, £12, £18 drop-off fees at the airport, equals £74 profit. So I've done 11 hours, not good. £6.72 an hour, that's not good, but today hasn't been about maximising my earnings. Today, first day in the EV, is all about finding out what sort of range I can do, what sort of economy I get, and stuff like that. That's not too good, but we can work on that. Tomorrow is going to be all about motorway driving, and then I can start to put together some sort of plan on how and what jobs I do. I did those 3 airport jobs today. I really should not have done the Bristol Airport to Bath or the Chippenham down to Bristol, but I wanted to do that because they were both 3 passengers with luggage, and I wanted to try out the luggage and the size of the boot. So I wouldn't have done that normally because it doesn't pay doing that sort of running for a job, and that's what really pushed my my hours up. Also Friday afternoon, it took 2 hours, over 2 hours to do that Bristol Airport to Cardiff job. Normally I wouldn't do anything along the M4 on a Friday afternoon because you're just stuck in traffic. But that's the way it goes. It's been an enjoyable day. I've enjoyed the ride, had some good compliments about the car from passengers. So tomorrow's another day. Tomorrow is all about getting down to Swansea and having a look around Swansea for chargers. So I've got that Swansea pickup at 11:30, back to Cardiff Airport. And after Cardiff Airport, I'm going to run down to Mega and do a full 90% charge top-up to see how quick the chargers are. And then down to Heathrow Airport for a... Oh, what time to pick up? It's an early evening pickup. I think it's 6:45. Yeah, 8:45 planes due in. So I'll go down to Heathrow, find the Tesla station at Heathrow, do a top up at Heathrow, and bring this guy back to Barry, and then back home. So, oh, that's a woman. So I'll do that tomorrow, and then I'll come back to Tesla. What have I got? I've got nothing on Sunday yet. Got a couple of jobs on Monday, for next week, which is good because I've got no Uber work at the moment. I've taken the Ioniq hybrid off Uber because I don't have the car anymore, and I'm still waiting for this one to be approved. So I've got no Uber work going on. So that's going to give me a bit of downtime, hopefully. So that's it. Until next time, thanks for watching. I'll try and get this out tonight, and then I'll do another video tomorrow about the Heathrow and the long distance ones. And then next week we can start looking at how do I optimize my work to hit minimum wage, and going forward beating minimum wage. But very enjoyable day today, that's all I can say. So thanks for watching, happy driving, take care and make that profit.